welcome into another Irish in Depth. Today we have the head coach of the swim team, Ma Philbin. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, you're most welcome. Glad to be here.
So Ma, I just wanted to pick your brain about the history of the team and what has been record-setting and your involvement throughout the years.
Well, it's actually very interesting. I started coaching in 1991 when Mr. Tilkey was coaching the team, and very rapidly Mr. Tilkey said, I've got children coming, so therefore I need to take over, which I did. And through the course of time, I had some excellent assistant coaches, and I've always said that the best way to be a good head coach is to have really good coaches around you. One super coach was Keith Hollister. Coached with me for several years, taught me a lot, learned a lot, and then of course Coach Rob for the past 17 years. A little bit of the history. When we first started, Father Ryan practiced at the old Glencliff pool. We continued to grow the team. We, at one point in time when it wasn't before Ravenwood High School was built and before JP2 was built and Centennial were built, the teams were always much bigger. At one point in time, we'd have like 55 or 60 kids, and we trained them and had a good time with them. And it's never been the policy of the swim team to cut. The actual swim team cuts themselves. And basically that would be if they need help academically or if they disobey a team rule. And as long as they're in there working hard and trying their best, they're welcome to be on the team.
So what's it like being the head coach of the swim team, and what made you want to be the head coach?
It's all Rob's fault. He got me into it. No, it's funny, when Rob and his sister Kate were 7 years old and 5 years old, I helped start the swim team at Richland Country Club, and I rapidly learned that being around young people, working with young people, giving them the opportunity to achieve excellence was what I wanted to do, because I was also a school teacher, and that was just kind of the thing for me to do, and I just love it, every part of it.
So what have you done over the years to mold good swimmers and to make them better and to achieve those state times or beyond?
I think one of the things you do is help young people learn that they can strive for excellence. It's hard. You have to work hard, you have to give up stuff, you have to maybe not go out with your friends when you've got to come to practice, you've got to do that extra Saturday practice if it's needed, and just give a lot of yourself to the team. And I think a good coach helps any athlete discover together what they can do to make the team better. I also strive for good sportsmanship. That's one thing that would really make me angry if I saw anybody disrespect any other athlete. I want my swimmers to turn around and congratulate their teammates and their competition, no matter who wins. That's what life is all about. And if I can help young people learn what dedication is, what sportsmanship is, and what being a good teammate is, that's a lot more important to me than them getting a state cut.
And so with all those swimmers that you've had over the years, what are some of the most memorable moments that you've had?
Being able to put a ribbon around a state champion's neck, that's quite an honor. And over the years, I've been able to do that several times. It's phenomenal to watch somebody achieve that much success. But I have to say, the other thing is taking the regular high school swimmer and taking that swimmer way beyond where they think they can go, to be able for them to get a state cut. It doesn't matter if they win a state championship or not, but they have gotten there and they've improved all along the way, and they are very pleased deep within themselves that they've accomplished something that in some cases they didn't ever think they could do.
So in the case like John Clenard, basically.
Oh yeah, in a case like John Clenard, exactly. When somebody gets in the pool, and Madison Winslow was the same way. First day of practice, I went, really? Now Madison was an athlete, and that you could tell that. He did it very quickly. But John could barely get up and down the pool, and to now say that 4 years later, he's swimming for the University of Tampa, that's amazing.
And so for out of all the record holders that are at Father Ryan for the swim team, who are the ones that stand out the most to you?
Well, before I tell you, I want to tell you how hard I worked to get recognition for the swimmers that did have records. And the two track coaches and I worked extremely hard to get those boards that are now hanging in that gym wall. because so many of the other sports at Father Ryan get recognition so far over and above track, cross country, and swimming that we're honored to have those boards up there. But just some fun memories. One of my favorites was Andrew Davidson. He was a dual state champion in both butterfly and 100 free the same year, and those records are still on the board. Then you've got the wonderful twins, Casey and Tony Krull. They have individual records on the board, and they also have a relay record. And I should also mention Andrew was an academic All-American and a swimming All-American, and so were the girls. And that's quite an honor, because that's a very difficult thing to achieve. And while we're at it, to be an academic All-American, that's one of 2% of all the high school swimmers in the United States, so it is very much an honor. And you have to have an overall 3.75 overall GP for 3 semesters. Then to be a swimming or diving All-American, you have to meet certain standard criterion to get there. And for swimming, it's the top, swimming and diving, it's the top 30 swimmers in the United States. So that's pretty good company. Then we've also got, we had diving state champion, Ashley Craw, from years ago, and that was most difficult. She was a diving All-American. She went on to do junior nationals, which was awesome. Then, let me see, a fun memory is the great old swim meets that we had at Tennessee State University, especially the relay meets, which we always used to start the season. Those were great fun.